Back now at 8:10 with today's professional. Star Jones, Donnie Deutsch, and Dr. Nancy Snyderman are here to tackle the stories that have you talking. Guys, good morning. Ladies, good morning to you. First one we talked about yesterday on the show, we'll call it Do Nothing. The nurse at an assisted living facility out in California calls 911. A patient at that facility in the independent care unit, not breathing, unconscious, and so she calls 911. The 911 operator says to her, start performing CPR. And when the nurse informs her she's not allowed to do that, the 911 operator starts dramatically asking for assistance. Listen.
She's going to die if we don't get this started. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay.
I am a nurse, but I cannot have our other senior citizens who don't know CPR.
I will instruct them.
We're in a dining room.
I will instruct them. Is there anyone there who's willing? Okay. I don't understand why you're not willing to help this patient.
I am.
All right, so the patient, 87-year-old Lorraine Bayless, unconscious. The nurse says because she's in the independent care unit, she's only allowed to call for medical assistance, not offer medical assistance. Nancy, take me through this. How common is this?
I don't know that the nurse placed the 911 call. State by state, institution by institution, the laws are different. The children have not said my mother was treated poorly. So
no, they
I just
say
want
they
to
are
take
satisfied with her level of care.
Which tells me that this 87-year-old woman might have had an understanding with her children that she did not want heroics, and that nurse in that moment knew that even if she had resuscitated her, she might have died at a later time in the hospital.
She did pass away at the hospital. We know that.
And that she made that call. So I want to defend the nurses who make those decisions in that moment,
Donnie
as horrific
Starr,
as this seems.
It's one thing to make the decision because she had information about maybe a DNR. It's another thing to make the decision because there's a employment policy. Was she evaluating this woman in the light of who she is as a nurse, or evaluating her in light of I don't want to lose my job
or potential lawsuit?
Well, the Good Samaritan laws would have protected her against a lawsuit, and the human being laws should protect her against anything else.
It's obviously a very sad story, but it really brings up, I think, a larger issue that we got to get our arms around. That 25% of the health care costs are against people in their last year of their life. The 4 or 5% people keeping people alive. Now, of course, if it's my mom and dad, I want to do the same, but we maybe need to give some hard looks that some of the procedures being done to extend lives 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, that maybe that money could go to saving little babies.
I hope this is a national conversation.
So it's a very difficult conversation.
I'm talking CPR. I am not talking about putting on a respirator.
This is one time.
Hit a chest, for God's sake.
I'm sorry. I hope this is one time where the lawyers and the police stay the hell out of it.
All right, let's do this. Control room, I am switching ahead to topic number 3. Here's one that Star brought to my attention. Okay, Patrick Pexton, who's leaving his post as the ombudsman for the Washington Post, wrote a letter to readers and staff recently. He talked about the online comments section of the Post website and sounded the alarm. He said, quote, early on, I was a fan of the give and take and anonymous nature of this electronic Hyde Park corner. Now I am not. He went on to talk about the fact that some of the comments are often crude, ugly, racist, and sexist because people feel emboldened by that anonymity. Is it a good idea to do away with the anonymity, make people file those comments with their real name right next to them?
Yes. In a public forum, you want to own your opinion. You own your name and your likeness right next to it.
Of course it is. No, we all know. I am actually stunned sometimes at the level of disgusting disdain every time somebody disagrees with me. You Jew. I mean, it's insanity what goes on out there. So let's put some names against it. I actually think any media outlet that allows that is being irresponsible.
I equate it a little bit to what the KKK used to do in terms of being under the mask. When you're under the mask, you're allowed to say and do anything you want to. Well, the mask of the web is giving anonymity to these kinds of people, and it's time to take the hood off.
What's it going to do to the discourse on these websites?
Hopefully
is it going to lower
it.
the number of exchanges? I mean, are fewer people going to log on and leave comments because they have to put their name there?
If it lowers the number, but It elevates the quality.
It's a no-brainer.
By the way, the Miami Herald recently went to that system. You got to put your name there, and you have to log on through Facebook, so you own your comments.
No-brainer.
The last one we're going to call Mind Meld, okay? Researchers at Duke University, try and follow me here, are working on something amazing. They connected one rat brain to another rat brain, and they found a way to transmit information, learning from one rat to the other without the second rat actually going through the learning process. What are the ramifications of this if it can work in human beings?
I could learn Spanish.
You could learn a language by connecting to the brain of someone who knows Spanish.
Wonderful. I'll do that.
I don't know if this is ever going to happen. Obviously, the doctor will talk about that. But this is one more example of us becoming a bloated, lazy, entitled. I don't want to even think anymore.
So if I don't do Rosetta Stone, okay?
But the possibilities. I could hook up to Nancy's brain and learn how to practice medicine. I could hook up to Star's brain and learn how to practice law. I could hook up. Forget you. I don't think we want to go there. But seriously, think of the possibilities.
Well,
come on.
The rat model is not a great human model, so let me just sort of temper everyone's enthusiasm. It's fascinating. But the idea that I could hook up my brain to Donnie's and learn how to talk dirty, I don't know that I want to do that.
What would you want to learn? What knowledge, what piece of knowledge would you want to get transferred to you from another person?
Easy. I would love to be multilingual in 4 or 5 languages immediately.
And
Easy.
I'd love to be able to play an instrument, to be able to read music
but
without
you still
question.
have to have the manual dexterity to do that.
I'm having enough trouble with the voices in my head already.
You could learn to be a great chef.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could become an architect.
But you know what?
Guys, how about we take care of ourselves?
You know what?
I can't believe we're actually having a discussion.
But while we're waiting for the rat brains, I think the real push for the average American is to read more and make the human brain you have better.
Well, I do think that computers have made us a little dumber because, we don't even do spell check anymore. We don't know how to spell. We use the computer.
I can't believe we're having this discussion.
Just live in the
You'll be the first guy signing up when they figure this out with you.
Exactly.
Right now,
not in your
Dr.
lifetime.
Nancy, thank you all. Appreciate it.